Um, Hello. I am going to teach you the first few basic commands on QBASIC. This is for people who already know what all of these do at the top, all these menu options. And so I'm just going to teach you some basic commands like print and stuff that can show stuff on the screen. So the first command is print. The format is print. And then you can have all of your text in here that you want to show on the screen. So I could put hello world or whatever you want to put. I could put, I don't know, whatever. And then after you've written all your text that you want to go on the screen, then after this you can either have a semicolon or a comma. And then if you have a comma, you can enter more text and stuff. Then you can put a variable or just more text or something. If you put a semicolon, then if you have another print statement down here, the semicolon will force this print statement to be in the same line as this print statement. So if I were to run the program and end, basically just ends the program, and there's this cool thing called CLS which will clear the screen. It's common in the first line, so you can get rid of whatever program came first. So if I run it, there's my text, and since I have the semicolon here, you can see what it does. Oops. See, it's all on the same line there. Then there's most of you should know what let does. It's completely optional to use before assigning a variable. So if I wanted to make a variable called there, then I would equal whatever that number is. Could do that. Also, this statement would do the exact same thing. So then I could combine them, and here I have there, and then I'll have the screen print there. Now, since I don't want it to actually print the word there, I'm not putting it in quotation marks, so it's just gonna print 14, see? And there's a little space right before it. That's for if QBASIC needs to print a positive or a negative sign. Usually it's not gonna print a plus sign, but if it needs to print a negative sign, it always puts that extra space there. So then there's also the input statement, which will it's sort of like print in a way, in that it will print something on the screen, like what is 3 plus 4. If I wanted to print that, could do that, and I want a space there because the user is actually going to input something. So then I would have a comma there. And then if you want a question mark to automatically put, I'll show you an example of that later. Then you would use a semicolon, but for now I'm just going to use a comma since I already have the question mark. And then we'll put that in a variable called GH or whatever. Then we will have the computer print that variable. And then if we start the program, what is 3 per 4? 5 hit 5, it'll do 5. If I put the right answer, 7, it'll do 7. Yeah, that's it, except, if I was gonna get rid of that and then put a semicolon, see the question mark, but there's a space between 4 in it. And then, yeah, it redos from start, because hopefully you know that, it has to be the correct kind of variable. This is not a string. It's got to be an integer. So, yeah, that's the first lesson, I guess, for today then. Well, I guess bye.